Our players have flown in from around the world to battle it out at this field. With Karate Kid, Bad Beat Channing, Unabomber Phil Laak and Dave Viffer, the most aggressive player Big Game has ever seen, all still at the table, the money is sure to be flying about.
The finish is in sight. Players have come and gone in one of the biggest cash games in town. The clock has been the one constant. The relentless march of time has seen fortunes rise and fall. Our 8 intrepid players are still battling to claim big game notoriety, hopefully notoriety of the right kind. That's not been the case with Justin Bonomo. He's now headed for the door. Barny Boatman is a veteran of big games past, but has opened in a cautious frame of mind. Ellis Reuben has a fearsome reputation, and it was certainly justified as he clocked up nearly 40K in profit. Isaac Haxton has been here once before. He didn't enjoy the best of times, but as with the others, he's back for more. Viffer is the only man who has stood the test of time. His fortunes tell the real tale of the table. Aggressive play has proved both costly and profitable. Channing would have joined Viffer as a stalwart of this table, but eviction denied him a continuous run. He's back. Paul Zimbler has thrown himself into this game, but waiting for his big break. Phil Laak has struggled to get out of first gear, but a recent clash with Viffer has really helped him on his way. The hard, cold facts are here for all to see the big story. Laak doubled up while Viffer, who is scaling the 100K heights, takes a knockback and falls to 87 ahead. Channing slipping down, but the man at the bottom is Bonomo, who had really been suffering at this table. He finally called time on his big game experience.
There's a new player joining the table. Please welcome Bodo Szbresny.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Now when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
Today the table will be pretty tough. The players are, really good and they have experiences in cash games. So I think with Phil Laak, Neil Channing, you have a good lineup, and let's have a look how I can exploit them.
Coming back to the game is Bodo Szbresny, and it was either a mark of respect or what. Bodo came into this game, Dusty, earlier on. He destroyed the field, and they sent him out as soon as he came, but not before he won like 20 grand. He sort of exploded he was an internet qualifier in the last big game. Nobody had known him before. He came in and he made a huge splash, won a bunch of money, played very well, and became a party-sponsored pro. He's now probably the German equivalent of you. Speak of the devil, look who just left. It's the man in seat 5 himself, Viffer.
How you doing?
I think more the question is, how are you doing? I mean, we're on 41 hours right now.
That's it? I've been playing a lot of pots. I don't know. I think I'm playing really, really bad, so it's nice to get up here and see what's going on. Make fun of all these guys. We have a good pot going on here. Isaac Haxton's got a ace-queen. Ellis calls everything, of course.
Would you say Ellis is sort of unfloppable? I mean, you cannot, if he wants to see a flop, he's seeing that flop.
He sees a lot of flops. He's very, he doesn't go to bed curious too often. He sleeps good.
And this is not surprising to you. Is it the 5-way flop? You just kind of wanted to see what kind of cards guys were coming out with. Everything.
Oh, well, I know what wow, Phil plays the 10-8 offsuit? No, guys are playing. They're starting to loosen up a little bit. Everybody's tired. There's a lot of money on the table. There'll be a lot of hands being played.
Yeah, I mean, Dusty was saying this is, even for you, this must be kind of weird. We're talking like 700, 800 big blinds deep. Like, that's deep, right? I mean, that's what's happened here, right?
That's what really no limit poker's all about. It gives you room to play. You could bet 3 or 4 times at a guy. It's deep stack poker. It's really poker. A lot of times online, people are playing with 100 big blinds, and it's a shove fest.
Well, Laak flop top pair here, and Isaac let out with the ace-queen high. And from what you know about Isaac, is he a three-barrel man like you?
Not when Phil calls. He probably will. He'll probably check here. I'm not sure. Like Phil's not. It's a pretty dry board. Like he's not gonna keep going. He's gonna check and probably fold here. Huh. What do I know?
And like if you were sitting down there, I mean, just imagine yourself. Now Isaac's bet. He's bet twice. What are you putting him on?
I mean, right now Isaac's hating life. I guess he's hoping that maybe a. Even if an ace or a queen comes, he can't really bet too good. He's cool, calm, and collective. He's played a lot of hands. He's a very good player. He's tough.
He's obligated to 3-bet. I mean, to triple barrel here, right? No?
I mean, you're supposed to, but, you know, it's real hard when Phil calls twice, and then it's really hard for Phil to call here, too. But then Phil knows that he knows that they know, and, well, of course Isaac fires the third barrel, and Phil will probably think about it and fold. But then he's going to think...
What's the size of the bet? 7 into 11.
He bet 7 into 11. I'm going to guess that Phil thinks, and it's so much easier when you can see their cards.
He's not made a lot of really thin river calls, Phil. I mean, this is really this is an unusual hand. We've been watching 40 hours.
Phil's going to fold. He's going to give Isaac respect. Wow, I wish I would have shoved all in on Phil. I thought
when he had the kings.
Did he have 2 kings?
Oh, yeah.
He said he had 2 queens.
No, he had 2 kings.
I put him on 2 kings, actually, and I figured he wouldn't fold them.
I can't believe you put him on 2 kings, because he actually played that hand very unorthodox, too, before the flop. For him.
I told him right on the end, I said, I know you got 2 kings.
Welcome back to the big game for a 48-hour cash game heading towards its conclusion. Plenty of play still left at this table, and I'm joined back again by Dusty Schmidt.
You did it anyway.
200.
What's that? What's sleep?
Cool.
Go 200.
Barny,
Pass.
I don't think he'll ever. You know, the way he plays tournaments, he is absolutely mad. He's
We can expect a
raise.
positional raise here by Haxton. He'd probably do it with a huge range of hands. Ace Queen's definitely going to be worthy, and Viffer just calls out of position.
It was one of you obviously didn't play that long, but one of the trends I noticed was you were raising lots and lots of hands from the button. Your range, especially if a guy limps, is just so wide.
Oh, absolutely. You know, with positions, everything in poker, deep stack poker. So this is going to be a real interesting hand with Viffer and Haxton.
I just think because Viffer just watched Haxton triple barrel bluff, he may check call till the river. I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
And then who knows?
He has the ace of spades as well, so you know he knows he's going to pick up redraws even if he lets a flush get there on the turn, and Isaac, you know, even if he did have a flush. So he could play this a number of different ways. They're so deep, it's going to be hard for him to really play it fast.
Right, and so you're different ways, sort of the idea being maximum value from a hand that is just slightly worse than mine.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him just kind of checking a lot and letting Haxton bet and just kind of taking his hand and just using it as kind of a bluff catcher from Haxton. That's one option. You know, he might, you know, play it very aggressively too. I mean, I don't think at this point anything's there to slow down Haxton.
What would be the advantage and disadvantage of check raising the turn right now, basically?
Well, check raising the turn looks so strong. It's just hard to get played back at with anything that you really want action from. you know, the disadvantage of just kind of playing a passive is he doesn't know exactly what Isaac has, and you know, he's basically just going to be obligated to calm down the whole way because Isaac can have virtually anything in that spot. He hasn't really done anything to kind of define the hand, so it looks like he is just taking that bluff catcher sort of line.
And the fact is, this pot's 15 grand, but like Isaac could bet anywhere up to, you know, just he's a bit weird. I mean, he's got 23,000 back, and you could see him going all in, basically, right?
Yep, and that's what he just did. I don't see. Viffer hates this spot, but I don't know if he can get away from it.
And it is sick because actually Haxton knows that Viffer just watched him 3-barrel bluff.
Yeah.
That's the sickest part of the whole thing, isn't it?
Isaac believes this is absolutely for value. He's got Viffer on some type of middle pair or queen jack, king queen.
Right.
He has no reason to believe that Viffer has 2 pair or better.
And how different would Haxton's actions, how different would Haxton have played king queen right now?
Yeah, king queen's a little different because, you know, right now he kind of feels like he has the nuts against Viffer. I mean, Viffer is very unlikely to just, you know, take a set of 3s and just check call down. So this looks very much like a 1-pair hand, and he beats all the 1-pair hands unless, you know, Viffer somehow has kings or aces, which would be very unlikely.
You know I don't like calling these bets.
King queen, he might slow down a little on the turn, then go for value on the river, but he might play king queen the same way. Queen jack is probably where he starts to worry about his kicker and maybe pot
starts
controls
checking the
bit.
turns type of
But
thing.
I have an actual decision. His was a no-brainer.
And just because you've kind of you know, you've been in these situations before, how much do you want to consider, you know, the whole past action and the levels on levels things, and how much do you want to consider sort of the hand in a vacuum and, you know, Isaac as a general sort of player, what you know about him?
Well, I mean, Isaac's certainly capable of making this play with total bluff. He's also capable of making it for thin value, which this sort of is. And Viffer's wondering, you know, can I only beat a total bluff, or could he make a bet like this, you know, for value with a worse hand?
Wow! Did he?
Oh. Wow. I can guarantee you Isaac was praying for a call there. But they would have obviously chopped the pot.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got violated.
And
I mean, it's just a sick spot for Viffer.
It was.
It's sick.
What? It's everyone's favorite part of the game. It's the Poker News pot time. I'd like to ask our lovely dealer to deal the next hand.
it's Poker News pot time.
Well, this is our favorite part, is calling the action here.
Well, it is, because if you just cut together all the Poker News pots, Dusty, you'd have a pretty good snapshot of everything that happened over the game. I mean, all the Poker News pots are exciting pots, aren't they?
Oh, gosh. You'd have if you saw the way they played in those hands, you'd have a waiting list from here to the Atlantic Ocean.
What is it anyway about that? I mean, it's not even like you get a T-shirt. It's just £1,000. Up to 600 and. And if you asked Viffer why, he'd say, "Well, it's a Poker News pot."
Yeah.
We should have this more often.
And
Have
what-
more players play.
Do you think it's just that all these guys are saying to themselves, "I've got an excuse to do something completely ridiculous"?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a good play right here. He doesn't mess around.
Yeah.
His hand's a little
about
defined.
10 grand.
It's some type of hand that is strong but doesn't necessarily want the action.
King 5 offsuit.
Yeah, well, yeah, as Phil Laak showed us, that isn't always the case now, is it? But with Zimbler, I think we can put him on a little narrower range of hands than the Unabomber.
And okay, you know, yeah, Viffer, yeah, Reuben. What the heck is Neil Channing doing with? He put 600 pounds in with the 9-3 offsuit.
It's the Poker News pot.
Okay, so just even having the button there, I mean, it's just right.
They see one thing. It's the poker news pot. They call.
Okay, pot odds and all.
Yeah.
There's extra fouls into the pot and put the button in position on Viffer.
Reuben one just looks like he wants to gamble it up.
Right, now he's
trying to find some hand in his head that he can beat, like maybe, or that he can flip with, like 8s or 9s.
doesn't want to give it up too early, too easily. And the thing is that Zimbler's raise is kind of large enough that, you know, look at this pot total. It's 10,000 here to win 13. It's like you're just not really getting a great price, are you?
Yeah, it's not exactly like I said. If they're throwing, you know, if it was a $5,000 or $10,000 edition, then that changes everything. But for 1,000, it really doesn't represent a huge portion of these pots. But these guys play for it. They fight for the death.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't have much.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Wow. So Viffer just called.
Oh, good news. I'm not dominated. Please don't have ace.
This is
Here's
sick.
what I'll do.
He just put all his chips.
I mean,
He just called him with Jack 6.
I'll take
I mean, did I
600
upset him?
profits.
I didn't upset you, did I, Viff?
Do what?
I have the best hand.
Do what?
Good luck.
I mean, this is literally just.
Ellis
he just
Reuben
wants to
says I
gamble.
had the best hand.
He's sick. He just knows the 6 is.
He
going
does
off
know
on the
it's
floor.
sick. And Zimbler, he kind of feels sick right now.
I had
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
no.
How many times are they running it?
He's got flush.
I don't think it'll come on the turn, but I
If he has,
certainly
it's a funny deck.
think the river is.
But he's flushing.
Oh, good turn.
Wow. And not the king of spades anymore.
Wait.
Oh my gosh, it's not,
Wait,
is
wait.
it?
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, there's really no explanation for Viffer's play other than he just wanted to gamble. He wanted to turn this hand into a casino, basically.
You did have the best hand.
Listen, I don't want to be up against this kind of hand.
Let me add another.
And Paul
1,000 there.
Zimbler,
I wouldn't have called
can you see that he's going to become a danger and a nuisance and everything else right now?
Oh yeah.
You didn't see him look for the door and say, "Can I leave now?" Did you? He's looking.
It's funny about the flip of one card. If it was a spade, he'd have walked out with his tail between his legs. Now he's hitting on every girl in sight.
Right. He's starting to look like a guy that's not wearing a karate outfit, but is wearing the suit you get when you go to the asylum, you know. It's got the straps in back. And, oh God, Isaac Haxton is going to destroy these people. I feel.
It's amazing how big these pots are. You can win 10,000 in one pot. It's a big game. Guys, can we play smaller? It's too big. One pot is $10,000. It's like incredible. It's like a house in Buffalo, New York.
Our houses in Buffalo don't pay.
Phil decides to gain perspective on money here.
I'm just saying, like, I think
First
And-
we've seen of that.
5-10 or something.
Right, and look at the size of Haxton's raise, right? This is a pretty big awareness about
5,000, 10,000 you want to play?
what's going on here.
Yeah, he sees Reuben in the pot. He just doesn't think he'll fold.
You know, now I'm at 7 like that. It's 3,000. Oh my God, it's like 6,000.
Viffer comes flying in. Here's Channing, the Kings. This 1,300 pounds here.
Reuben,
and-
how are you going to leave me alone with these two sharks?
I mean, like I play because I
I
need
can't.
2 cards. I can't play with someone who's re-raised the raise. It's just not good enough for me.
Oh, jeez. I'm starting to be sick to my stomach here.
Isaac's gotten some pretty fun flops here with his big pairs.
I want to be a fly on the wall when he tells this story to someone, as I said before, his friends in the Panorama Towers. Do you know what's going to happen? Do you know what the list for the big game 5 is going to be? Do you realize?
This is definitely some good advertising.
Panorama Towers might actually host the next big game.
Well, Viffer's
what was the bet on the flop?
Haxton bet 2,000. I think Viffer's.
We kind of had to call the flop, right? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, some tighter players might just kind of fold it and not want to play a pot with Viffer out of position, or excuse me, with Isaac out of position.
Well, actually,
yeah, I mean, you're right.
I didn't even realize this.
Viffer
but
has position on Isaac.
Not anymore.
So I think Haxton
checked. He checked.
So
the
Viffer
turn.
bet 3,900, which I think is an odd bet. I thought he would just kind of check the turn and try to just show down his king.
Has he called here to make a really weird river bet, or does he actually think he's going to get a check raise on the river?
Yeah, I think he wants to make a very confusing play, and this is the perfect card right here for Isaac. It's.
I don't like my hand no more. I check.
Check. Opposite.
It wasn't a scary card whatsoever.
Okay. Trips.
I think Haxton was just trying to extract value from Viffer's range, which he felt was pretty much hands like King Jack and King Queen and Ace 10. And
Nah, I had you on 3-2 the whole way, actually.
Viffer takes another blow as he tumbles down the leaderboard. Haxton heading in the other direction in the big game. Welcome back to the big game here at Les Ambassadors Casino, a 48-hour cash game which has seen the rise and fall of Viffer many times over. He nearly topped the 100K mark, but has taken a few blows since then and has dropped down to the 50K mark. Reuben and Bodo both with healthy-looking figures in their profit column, while Channing is actually the only man in the red, but he's sure to be back. Channing in the big blind this hand, and just get the feeling that he's feeling the effects of the 40-odd hours, although it hasn't affected his speech patterns or tendencies, should we say. So Laak with the 225.
You coming in,
Mahmoud?
he picks up another hand. This time he's up against another real hand.
And that's under the heading of, I don't know, just getting so many different hands, you're playing them all different ways, but is it better to slow play the kings from the button than out of position?
Get rid of
That's yeah, well certainly if you're going to slow play him, you don't want to do it out of position because you're just going to have such a hard time and playing post flop. Prefer to do it, but wow, this is Zimbler's just like, what just happened?
That's exactly what he's like. He just he just looked at the camera, didn't he? It was like, did you see what I just saw?
Haxton's going to take a long time figuring out that he's beat here because, wow, I mean, there's a flush draw. It's just going to be hard to ever give him credit for a deuce.
And Laak's bet this. Well, this is actually going to define Zimbler's hand, isn't it? I'll tell you what's even sicker. What's even sicker is that Neil Channing, for a mere 100 pounds, folded the deuce 4 in the big blind, and is now thinking about how unlucky he is and how he's played the 9-3 for 600 and how could he not call for 100 here.
Yeah, and we've seen him call $700 out of position with 5-3.
Right, and he's just getting really cross, sullen, and sick right now. Little does he know, he'd be drawn dead, basically.
Zimbler's hand looks incredibly strong, but I don't think there's anything he can do but sort of slow play it.
You just have to call, right?
Yeah, when it goes bet raise in front of you and you toss in a call, I mean, it's just like alarm bells are going off in everyone's head. Like, what is he calling a bet and a raise on this flop with?
Right, because you're not really doing it with a diamond draw unless maybe it's, I don't know, what, ace-3 of diamonds or 3-4 of diamonds or what?
Yeah, it's possible they're deep enough he might do it, but on a paired board, a lot of times guys will just get out of there figuring that,
This was a long,
you know, somebody might, they might be drawing dead occasionally.
3,200.
I was all over the place.
And
No. I mean,
the only reason that Haxton could think about giving action here is because it's paired deuces. Is that right? Or
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the
It's
paired
just hard. I mean, it's hard to put a guy on a 5 deuce. That card actually should save Haxton some money.
Watch those damn videos. I'm gonna solve this shit. I'm gonna come back someday and you're gonna.
Zimbler's just praying that
those ABCs
Haxton just made a flush, but he's not going to get his wish.
I'm always welcome at a poker table, you know. My parents kicked me out of the house. I was beaten as a
So he makes like a please call me bet on the river, leads out for right around a third of the pot.
At school, they used to tie me up and put me in the caster closet, you know, the place where the
What can I be?
packs and stuff.
That's just a ridiculously ridiculous bluff. I mean,
And then we had to walk uphill
Got me.
to school and home, back and forth.
You paid more on the flop? You paid more on the flop or not?
that was a real Feldman. That was
So that diamond did save him some money there.
It's time for drama here at Les Ambassadors. Another player is about to get evicted. Players exempt from this vote are Bodo in seat 1, Barny in seat 2, and once again the most aggressive player.
Wait a second, I'm tired of this. I think they're rigging it so I can't leave. Like enough. Like this is they wait for me to come back. This is unbelievable.
Unfortunately, you cannot vote for Viffer. So please cast your votes and note that you cannot vote yourself and that you have to vote.
Well, this is gonna be now. There have been some exciting evictions, but this has got to be a classic.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the votes have been cast. In seat 1, Bodo, we know you're safe.
I almost got on.
Barny Boatman in seat 2, we also know you're safe.
Ellis, you're safe.
Don't worry about it, kid. You're safe. We don't know. None of us can beat you, but we're all thinking we can at some point. Maybe in the future it'll happen.
I'm feeling less than secure.
Isaac,
Baby to be here. We're the playoff.
could be you.
I mean, you know.
Paul Zimbler,
I'm safe, thank you.
it might be you.
I doubt it.
It's
I'll
not
have a
gonna
side
be
bet.
it. I'll have a side. You're gonna have 10 to 1.
I'm joking, you're safe. Phil? Phil Laak,
It might not be you. Let's get on with it.
are also safe.
Yes, I love you people. We love you too.
So it's down to Neil Channing and Isaac Haxton. And I can reveal that the person that's eliminated is Isaac.
Isaac Haxton out, and you know, he taken it well. I think he actually might have lost money in this session, but he played. He just played so good.
I was a lot more active in my second session than my first, largely just as a factor of the cards I was dealt. I had aces and kings and got dealt ace king like 5 times in the first 3 orbits I was at the table, ace queen several times. Just had a lot of big hands and ended up playing a lot of big pots.
After Isaac's departure from the table, we are happy to announce a new player. It is MB Mahmoud.
Well, I like gambling. In all the casinos in London, they know me. I win and I lose. Nobody wins all the time. Have to be patient, and you know how to play the game with them.
Well, I've never met MB Mahmoud, but he comes with a big reputation, Dusty. Friend of Ellis Reuben's. plays in the high-stakes games around London. It looks like he's quite excited to be here, buying in for the full 20. And I dare say he's prepared to play.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. He's sort of an unknown at this point, so these guys will kind of be feeling him out here in the beginning, and I'm sure they'll kind of develop a strategy that suits this new dynamic in the game.
It's half 3.
Fold 300s.
5 hours.
Zimbler's folded there, but Zimbler suddenly got the chips to do whatever he really wants to do, you know, because he's now got the deep stack like the rest of them.
Competitive. Everyone's trying to do the same thing. How do we manage
Yeah, he absolutely does, and this is, I think this is the way he likes it.
This is
That was me. That was like 4 hours.
this is four-handed, and I think you'd say they're four. What are these? Are these group 11 hands?
Yeah.
And maybe one group 13 thrown in for good measure.
Well, Reuben's going nowhere. Channing, little does he know he's drawing close to dead. Channing's pretty excited about a flop like that, and Viffer's got top pair, so.
Viffer bet £1,000. It's called twice, and you know, should Viffer be betting twice here?
I think right now he feels he's best, and he's correct. The queen shouldn't have really helped anyone. It's kind of a brick to this board.
He's made a pretty large size bet, and you know, Channing's situation right now is, if the river bricks, it's going to be a difficult situation for him, right? I mean,
absolutely. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how Viffer treats, you know, some type of brick on the river, like a 4 or deuce, or you know, another queen or something.
Does you know, if it comes a deuce on the river, you think Viffer bets again? Well,
King should be somewhat of a brick as well. Doesn't really fill in anything that's in his range.
I have an 8 and a 7.
I have an 8.
I had an 8 as well.
Okay, pair 9 winner.
Viffer happy enough to check the river, and he'd be happy enough
All right,
to
we're
take
back
that
on
pot.
track. Thank God we didn't both kneel out.
And then,
I told you I'm dumping money. I don't know why you voted for me. You must be crazy.
I told you
I say
I know.
He's got the 5 o'clock shadow chanting, and he's been suffering from that second best syndrome, which is quite costly.
200.
The value of 4th pair in this cash game is
Unless you agree to
probably
struggle
quite higher than it would be in a normal setting.
200. Raise up to 600.
Bodo is the guy who just looks so zoned in, and don't the players know it?
Pass. 600 total. Viffer, would you do me a favor?
Ellis is
And tidy up?
sort of generally aware
Much
that
appreciated.
Bodo has been pretty aggressive pre-flop frequency-wise. And he'll re-raise, we're here.
Yeah, I think Bodo takes it all in and makes some pretty good adjustments from what I've seen.
2025, the total bet.
This is kind of sick here. The exact same hand, the second hand in a row, to the exact same action. The raise and the re-raise. The problem is, well, not the problem, but the difference is the clientele. And Channing...
What do you need? Someone to rent for the whole World Series pool? Oh, I can hook you up with somebody that deals with it.
Is Channing ahead of Reuben's range here? That's the question.
Well, he very well might be.
Because Reuben's reacting to Bodo doing this sort of like second or third time type of thing?
Yeah, exactly, and yeah, he's got to give some credit to that. Now he does have position on Reuben.
Yeah, that's big.
And that's big, so I suspect he'll throw in a call, which he does.
8, jack.
As long as the ace didn't come.
Check.
Okay.
Check.
Sort of everything in play.
5.
Yeah, if flop would have come down, you know, ace, deuce, deuce or something, these guys would have gotten some serious trouble.
Channing's only got 21,000 pounds back, so.
Call.
And Channing here, he's calling for the value of the ace high right now. The question is.
3.
I check.
Check. Okay.
Ace king.
Ooh, so that's the question. Well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't be. You're trying to figure out what could have done different. I mean, that jack there. All of a sudden, he lost to ace jack, but he still beat ace 10. He beat king queen.
I played it funny way both times.
Yeah, that's just a
I
tough
don't
spot
know.
there.
I'm in the straddle. He's raised just to nick it, and he's come over the top.
A bloody nick.
Does he have to have a hand?
Yeah, and Neil's problem right here is that he's had the same hand twice in a row. He's taken a different decision both times, and he's just got it wrong. I mean, it doesn't mean
it's working for him right now.
Right, and it doesn't mean doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means that he got it wrong, right? Sometimes you.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't see anybody else's hole cards, so you're just making the best decisions you can, and sometimes you just run into hands.
Right.
Or when you want to run into hands, everyone has total junk, so.
I would have gone all in. Anybody did anything, I'm going all
300
in.
total, Ellis.
I believe you, Ellis. I believe you. He's Ellis Reuben is really starting to rack it up. About 30,000 pounds ahead. He's well in play to be the big game winner. Well in play.
Absolutely. Just needs to tangle with Viffer and get the best of it one time.
5, 3.
He'd have a good shot at it.
Check.
And
Check.
So Mahmoud has a gut shot. Got Reuben with middle pair.
$900.
Reuben's he's back in the zone. He's got confidence. He's, you know what I mean? I think there was a little while there, Dusty, where he wasn't as liable to try and buy pots and this sort of thing. Kind of feel like he's back.
Yeah, he does appear to be back.
He's obviously a guy who plays a lot on confidence, and he's not going to win this pot, right?
Check.
Not right now.
Okay.
Check.
Oh, what a check!
Wow. A 7 would have been sick.
Yeah.
$1,200.
Now,
1 second.
I think it's a pretty good bet. He's just trying to get paid off.
yeah, it is a great bet for Mahmoud here, Dusty. And I mean, these would be the two guys, or Ellis would be the one guy who has, from what I know, history with Mahmoud.
Yeah, these guys should know each other full well.
What did he call me for?
You're my friend. I have to call you.
Was it a 10? I mean, Reuben would know. How would Mahmoud play a 10 here? How is he capable of bluffing? All this stuff. There wasn't really any draws.
I don't know what I can beat. Not much.
All the straight draws got there, and the ones that didn't get there made 3 4s.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be real hard for him to find anything he can beat.
He can chop with a 5-8 and a 5-7.
He's got a 10, he wins.
Straight.
Wow.
Good hand.
Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow. Because they've got such history together, just guessing that Reuben thought Mahmoud was capable of having, I guess, some kind of air like 2 overcards to the 10. Mahmoud settles into this game while Channing takes another step backwards as these players struggle to leave their mark on the big game 4. welcome back to the big game. Viffer is the big talking point around this table. At one time, he topped the 100K mark. He's been down to the mid-30s, but has started a fight back. The others, as always, wary of him. You know, I thought that Zimbler had, the last thing he had done was to lock up his chips, but he does seem to be locking up his chips. Maybe he reckons that.
Well, Laak's going to be in for a rude awakening here.
And
8-7 suited.
Yeah, Viffer's just called, and Viffer's in the small blind.
Wow.
And I think Viffer's called.
What's that?
No, he's raised it to 1,200. Pardon me. And it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense for him to do that.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody behind him that has any history of making a squeeze. And he's out of position.
2, 8.
And Phil's got just enough to get beat pretty bad.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere on the flop.
So you don't get complicated here if you're Viffer, right? 3 streets of value, half pot to pot, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
and
that's going to be a really bad card for Viffer. Obviously, Laak is. It's just me a question of when he raises Viffer. But yeah, if I'm Viffer, I'm just going to keep pounding it until I'm told told that I'm beat.
Even now, how worried are you about the 8?
Viffer's not worried at all. I think he's
because Laak's range is so wide. Wow, this is a little unfair, obviously. Not for Laak, but a little unfair for Viffer. And well, this is going to be the line of demarcation. The line of demarcation. First of all, how much should Laak think about raising? He's had 3 bets into him. Should he go big here? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. And,
wow.
We were talking about it, Dusty. We were talking about Viffer could lose the big pot. I mean, this is going to be a massive, massive bet.
And a hand like Queen Jack of clubs or any kind of flush draw is definitely in Phil Laak's range. Viffer knows this. This is not going to be an easy fold.
And I play so bad.
Well, Viffer did nothing wrong. I think he might be worried that his bet was a little weak on the river and might have induced some type of shove, which kind of put him in an awkward spot like this. That's the only thing I can be thinking that he's referring to in this case.
Now, the size of the bet that Laak's made here, which is massive, it's 30,000 pounds.
The problem is you could be raising me with.
Well, what's the metagame of the bet size here? What is it?
Well, I think the way Laak put the chips in too. I think the way he just kind of took his hand and just kind of drug all the chips in there. I think that I think he's trying to scream bluff. He doesn't want to think about it for a long time and then kind of carefully put a raise out there. He's just kind of looked like, oh, call this, good luck.
And it looks.
I'm just Hollywood, and
actually so much.
I don't really have nothing.
Like we saw it. We all saw the King 5
God,
offsuit.
you're so dumb.
Those kind of plays, those kind of ways he put the chips in, they looked like that, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, this is why he's such a dangerous opponent.
He is dangerous.
It's only 7 chips if I get to say. It's gonna hurt no matter what. Yeah. This is like a no-win situation here.
Viffer he hasn't misplayed this.
He hasn't misplayed his hand whatsoever.
He just now has to basically. It's a fifth. It's like a flip of a coin. Is it a flip of a coin?
Ike, what do I do here?
And if he
Can I phone a friend?
If he calls here, he's even. After being ahead 100,000 pounds, he's even. If he folds, he's still ahead about 30 grand. If he calls and wins, he's got it all back.
And Phil's not going to give him an inch. He can look all he wants, but he's not picking up one thing
I have
from
2
Phil.
aces, by the way, so you guys know.
Of course you have 2 aces. How can it not be 2 aces, right? How can it not
Excuse
be?
me, guys, please. You're making me nervous for working out.
How can it not be?
The thing is Any pair is about the same as a pair of aces here in this spot. Phil either has a busted draw or he has a monster. So his aces are practically irrelevant.
Oh, this is fucking insane. Could you think that
He's, how long can Laak stay like that without breaking character?
Why'd I bet this?
Well, he's
70,000.
You know, yeah, he can say to himself, Channing might have checked or this and that. But he's no Channing. This is not the way Viffer plays. Viffer makes these kind of decisions on the river. Go on, Viffer! He passed it! Oh, my God. He's gutsy. He is a gutsy guy. I don't know if Laak's going to show him, but he is a gutsy guy.
He'll probably start bringing it up later in the show.
Well,
But he wants to get some mileage out of this first. He's not just going to flip the cards over. You know Phil.
It's left Viffer feeling a little used and abused.
Well, there's a player from back home that we play quite a bit together, and I usually beat up on him pretty good, and I like to degrade him. And he's totally just turned me into his bitch today, and I have nothing else to say. I'm looking for a corner to go crawl into.
The startling fact about this leaderboard is the man at the top. At one time, he had a profit of over 100K. He's steadily fallen down the table. Laak, the latest to take a chunk out of his stack. Still leading the way, but in a severely dented fashion. Laak, obviously the big benefactor, but at the other end of the table, look at Neil Channing. He's held it together and was even profit at one stage of this big game. But now, is it a slippery slope? 13K down, and the jaws open wide. You know he's got the money to lose a bundle.
We are reaching the end of this cash game. Some of the players have lasted for almost 48 hours playing poker continuously, but huge pots keep coming. Find out next who makes it to the end of the Party Poker Big Game.
Viffer still reeling from that last clash. Laak flying high, the newest face around the table making the most of his moment in the sunshine. It's all here, and lots more Tony G and Roland DeWolf waiting in the wings for their chance in the Party Poker Big Game 4.